Hi, I'm Claire Tompkins, the Clutter Coach, and this is the Organize Your Life podcast. I am passionate about organizing because it makes my clients' lives so much easier, more relaxed, and with more time to spend the way they want to. In every podcast in the show, I'll lay out a simple organizing concept, and I'll tell you why it's important. I'll also include an action step at the end so you can start practicing right away. My specialty is chunking down this big topic so it's not overwhelming. That's the concept for this podcast, which is based on my first book, 52 Simple Ways to Get Organized. The book is available on my website and on Amazon. I work with clients in person in the Berkeley, California area and via email and Skype, so you don't have to be local to me. Visit the Hire tab on my website or email me at claire@cluttercoach.net. If you like the show, please rate it and review it. To do that, go to my website, cluttercoach.net, and scroll down for the show notes. Each show notes post has a link to leave a review in iTunes. I would so appreciate that. Okay, on to the podcast. In the past 3 podcasts, I've started out by letting you know what the rewards are for each tier of my Patreon campaign. There are 4 levels, and the 4th one gets you 30 minutes of one-on-one coaching every month with me via Skype or Zoom. The subscription fee is $50. Of course, you will get everything from the other 3 tiers, which are the show notes, the automated productivity nudge program, and access to the monthly Twitter chat. Level 4 is going to sell out after I get 4 patrons. So go to patreon.com and search on Clutter Coach, then look for that red Become a Patron button. Okay, this is the beginning of the book section called Strategies. The topic for today's podcast, number 52, is about gifts, and it's called Give Uncluttery Gifts. Back in podcast 11, I talked about letting go of unwanted gifts. I even gave you permission to do it. This week, I'll talk about the other part of the equation, alternative types of gifts that don't cause clutter in the first place. The good news is you are still free to give gifts, but you can do it guilt-free by choosing ones that won't clutter up your friends' and relatives' homes. And what about getting gifts? Here are some ideas to reduce the number of cluttery gifts you receive. You can start the ball rolling by telling potential gift givers in your life that you're on a quest to reduce your possessions. You want to emphasize to them how they can help you be successful at decluttering. For that reason, let them know gently that you prefer non-cluttery gifts. Some examples would be gourmet food, show tickets, a shared meal out, donations in your name, a massage, a manicure, an iTunes gift card, wine, flowers, all that kind of thing. Whatever floats your boat. These gifts are experiences or are things that you will use up. Voila, no clutter. And there's plenty more you can think up. Get creative. For your own gift giving, consider volunteering to do errands for someone. Or teach them a skill that you've mastered. Babysit. Give homemade, use-upable gifts, like scented bath salts or herbed vinegar. Of course, cookies are always great. My sister sends me homemade cookies from across the country. And for my birthday recently, a friend baked my birthday cake. That was just a fabulous gift. You can develop your own list of items you like to give and that people like to receive and keep giving them over and over. I always look forward to my sister's cookies. Never get tired of those. And I myself make wall calendars as gifts from photographs I've taken over the past year. It's a fun way for me to share my photos, and everyone can use a wall calendar. Plus, they recycled at the end of the year. It may seem awkward at first to tell friends and family about your new policy. After all, they're giving you a gift. But it can also help them to know that you're going to like what they give you, and they don't have to try to read your mind. Wouldn't you feel relieved and have more fun with selecting gifts if you were sure the recipient would like it? If you have kids, do this on their behalf. I've had clients, well, maybe even most of them, whose children's rooms were just stuffed with toys because Grandma insisted on bringing a new toy every time she came to visit. Try to steer her gently in the direction of, say, trips to a special park, museum memberships, visits to Chuck E. Cheese, or supplies they need for some activity they're already doing. Art supplies are terrific because all kids need them and they get used up. Children are art-making machines. The fun side effect of this policy is that it engages the gift givers much more with the recipients' lives. What's more memorable, a trip to a wonderful spot with a beloved grandpa, or the season's latest toy? Experiential gifts are a win-win. Give your kids a head start on becoming organized adults by sorting through their toys with them regularly. Get them used to the idea that you just don't keep everything forever and that you need to make room for new stuff. Children are naturally generous. Let them feel generous by donating the toys they don't play with anymore to children who have less than they do. And when you get gifts you can use up, don't forget to use them up. I'm always surprised to see beautifully wrapped but slightly dusty bath salts in my clients' bathrooms, or cloudy and kind of suspect-looking herbed vinegar in the kitchen cabinets, not to mention gift cards that they haven't gotten around to using. Once these gifts are in your possession, treat them like anything else in your home. Don't save them for a special occasion. That occasion already happened. It's why you received the gift, right? Put those gifts in with others of their kind and get them into regular rotation. If that bottle of vinegar is next to the one you usually use for salad dressing, you're more likely to choose it and use it next time. If that bath bomb is in with your other bath items, you won't forget about it. Enjoy those gifts. Your action step for today is to make a list of gifts you'd like to get when people ask you, or when holidays are coming up, you can suggest them. Start another list of non-cluttery gifts you'd like to give, perhaps with particular recipients in mind. Hey, thanks for listening. I'm Claire Tompkins, the Clutter Coach. If you like the show, I'd love it if you'd leave a rating and review in iTunes. You can subscribe, too, so the podcast will be ready and waiting for you to listen to. You'll find the show notes on my blog at www.cluttercoach.net, and you can check out my store to find books I've written and a whole bunch of other stuff. If you're a fan of the show, you can become a patron on patreon.com for as little as $1 a month. You can find my page by going to the Patreon website, that's Patreon, and searching on Clutter Coach. I'll still post the podcast free of charge, but I've got some cool rewards for folks who want to help me make the show even better. Come back next week for a new podcast.